Support for Radio Friends comes from IT Como, offering computer and IT services for small businesses and residential clients. IT Como can set up remote work-at-home solutions and data security and backup systems and upgrade your company email to more modern platforms. IT Como can also help you get the most from your technology at home. Learn more at itcomo.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, July the 21st. I want to introduce you to Dayna Glanz. Dayna, good to have you. And you brought, of course, Dayna's from OsteoStrong, but you brought along a very special guest today. We're going to have her tell her story.
Yeah, this is Heather Gehlert, and she's going to talk about, she's a member at OsteoStrong, and she's also a cancer survivor.
Okay, and Heather, you were telling me before we went on about your cancer. Thank God you're in remission right now.
I am.
But what happened, and what happened to your bones with the treatment for the cancer?
Sure. Well, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in August of 2019, and I've gone through chemotherapy, surgeries, targeted therapies, all kinds of really harsh treatments that unfortunately cause a person's bone density to decline. And I wanted to be really proactive and think from a prevention mindset. And I thought, what can I do besides just pharmaceutical solutions to help increase my bone density? And that's when I found out from my physical therapist about OsteoStrong.
So your physical therapist recommended treatments like OsteoStrong.
He did.
And are you doing this on a regular basis?
I am. I do it weekly. I go once a week and it's a really short but intense session with strength training, and there's even some massage at the end, so it's really fun as well. And I've already noticed big improvements to my strength, my energy. I have less fatigue. I have less pain, which is big because cancer treatments also tend to cause a lot of bone and muscle and joint pain.
Have the bones increased in density?
I can't say for sure. I would need to have a bone scan to tell if they have increased, but I can tell you that what OsteoStrong does is it delays the decrease that would be happening with my treatment. So it's like applying a brake and stopping that decline.
So the medication that you were forced to take because of the cancer caused the bones to lose density. And by the targeted exercise program that you're doing over at OsteoStrong, it is causing the bones to not lose the density that they had with the medication that was used to save your life.
Exactly. And it's more effective, too, than traditional weight-bearing exercise because it's very precise with the right amount of force, the right angles, and it's just kind of like a scientific hack that helps my body to retain bone mass more than traditional forms of exercise.
So what you're doing is you're putting a blast of force on your bones, right?
Yes,
it's
exactly.
A blast of force. And that kind of, it sounds like you're really pushing hard. You are, but you're pushing the correct way, which is telling the bones that they need to make more mass.
That's exactly correct.
Okay.
And it's easy. You get a lot out of it, but it doesn't leave me tired or anything like that. And my quality of life is so much higher now. I have more confidence. In fact, I can lift more now than I could pre-cancer.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of benefits.
I'm so glad you came on and shared your story with us today. And I'm glad you're in remission, and our prayers are with you that you'll stay in remission.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Dayna, thank you for coming by. If people want more information, how do they get in touch with you, Dayna?
They can Google OsteoStrong Columbia, and our number is 554-5881.
Okay, that's area code 573.
Yes.
554-5881. Thank you both so much for coming by.
You're welcome.
Now, I want to introduce you to CAROL Davitt, who is with us from the Missouri Prairie Foundation. Good to have you here, Carol.
Thanks, Paul.
We're to talk about something today that conservation goes hand in hand with farming the land. And explain this.
Sure. So Missouri once had 15 million acres of tallgrass prairie, and today we have fewer than 45,000 scattered intact acres. And we've lost a lot of that prairie due to converting the land to other uses, all the places where we live and work and roads that we've built, and also by the incredible soil that prairie produced made it so wonderful for agriculture. So we have millions of acres of row crops in the state, soybeans and corn and others. But today, researchers have found a way to integrate strips of prairie plants into agriculture to help keep farmland productive. And this is a practice called prairie strips.
Okay, prairie strips. How does it work?
So, soybeans and corn are annual crops, so you have to plant them every year. If you put in just 10% of a row crop field into a strip of perennial prairie grasses and wildflowers, they're going to come up every year. They're perennial, and those plants have really deep roots, and they help keep soil in place on the field. So those roots act kind of as a filter where they slow rainwater and they trap sediments and any kind of fertilizers that are put on that field and keep those on the field, keeping that farmland productive, and at the same time protecting nearby streams by keeping those sediments and fertilizers out of the water.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. But now here's the question. How is this going to benefit just the farmer himself, because he's taking 10% of that land out of production? And farmers live on such a slim margin, and sometimes there is no margin at all.
So one of the inputs that farmers have are chemical fertilizers. So the less you have to use, that's a cost saving. And these prairie strips help keep all of that fertilizer on the field. The prairie strips can go within a crop field, or they can go around the edge, or they can go in pivot corners. Oftentimes, a farmer will know the least productive parts of that field, and that's where the prairie strips can go. Also, there is a federal cost share program that pays half the cost of the establishment of the strips and an annual rental payment. So that helps make up for the cost of the corn or soybean revenue that they would have gotten in that strip.
I tell you, we could go on and on and on about this, but it really is interesting. You're having an event coming up real quick?
We are. We're having our Missouri Prairie Foundation annual dinner on August 19th here in Columbia at Stony Creek Inn. And one of the researchers of Prairie Strips, Dr. Lisa Schulte-Moore, will be here. And she's going to talk about cultivating connections with prairie strips.
Okay. If you would like more information on this, it's moprairie.org/annual dinner. You can sign up there, and it sounds like it's really interesting, and it could be a win-win situation for everybody.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Bye-bye.